split up and I get around.
And did he go? He went to the Jack the Rapper thing, right?
Yeah, we to a conference.
Yeah. Like, how do you see yourself as an artist? Like,
I mean, shit, I express myself. I don't really see it as any other way but expressing myself.
Well, you know, there's been a lot of controversy about, like, say, the cop stuff, but as I listen to the music, there's a lot of other, you write pretty eloquently about a lot of other issues like social concerns, like Papa's Song and Part-Time Mother, Brenda's Got a Baby, Keep Your Head Up, stuff like that. Talk a little bit about that, like, you know, the idea that people seem to focus only on the violent stuff.
I don't know what to say. I mean, really.
Well, talk about like social stuff. Like, why do you write a song like Part-Time Mother or Papa's Song?
Because I want to express myself. I grew up fucked up. You know, I'm trying to express myself. Trying to silence some of the demons inside of me. I'm just expressing myself. Just like everybody else, when they do their shit, I'm expressing myself. Giving a piece of me. It ain't no big master plan or nothing. It's just, fuck it, a young motherfucker expressing himself. I can talk. I know how to write.
Do you look at the things like short stories, or how do you look at them? Do you read a lot of stuff?
I express myself.
You write about racism a lot. What's it like, you know, about what it's like growing up in a violent neighborhood? Why don't you talk a little bit about racism? What do you think about the culture, America?
What do I think about America?
Yeah.
Man, I can't tell you, man. I don't know. Shit. What do you think about America?
Nobody cares what I think about America. What I think it's kind of fucked up, but that doesn't matter. I'm not the artist here. I'm just interviewing you. I mean, you write a lot about it, and you know.
That's why I'm saying. Why you asking me about it? If you hear me.
Well, a lot of people may have not listened to the music, listen to the lyrics. This might be their first time they ever hear about you. What you say in this story might make them want to go out and buy the record.
No, that ain't true. Not the way you mentioned it. I mean, what do you think about America? You ready for me to just start blasting America, which is what I think about America. And if I ever read Rolling Stone, it's like a white people paper, you know? So now you want me to have more enemies. You want more people looking inside my windows and shit, more police cars riding past my house. So I'm not really trying to fall into that, you know, because I know you want me to just have like a lovely peace and everything, but now, you know, I'm not really getting too kind to motherfuckers just using me to make more enemies, and I ain't trying to have that. I got too many motherfuckers looking in my window now. So you know how America is. You heard me talk about how America is. And you know how America is doing me. So why would you just, you know, what's up? What's really going on?
Well, it's not like I've asked Ice Cube this question. I've asked.
I know, but I'm not Ice Cube. Don't ask me the Ice Cube
I've
question.
asked every rapper.
Ask me.
I just asked you.
Come at me different with some new shit, because I'm doing some new shit.
Well, what is it that you think I should ask you then? What kind of questions do you think should be asked you?
I don't know. Come from your heart. You know what I'm saying?
What'd you think of the?
I mean, I know you know who I am. I know you've been writing about the shit that's been going down. So it's like, why would you just like plot me like that? You know?
I'm not plotting,
what I
man.
think about America. Talk about what I think about how this little 22-year-old is like getting just dissed by everybody across the country. Talk about how all these motherfuckers is writing about me and they don't even know me. Talk about how they didn't say nothing about Keep Your Head Up, but they talk about the song that got the cop. Whatever. Talk about that shit.
But tell me, what do you think about what do you think about the sentences of Kuhn and Powell last week?
I mean, I think it was a cover-up. I think that's what they're going to do, so everything is a little bit calmer in the streets and everything. They're going to sacrifice them to, but they're not going to make it so bad that the morale of the police officers across the country is bad, to whereas they wouldn't want to protect people, because they need somebody out there to take the bullets.
Did you think that a lot of reporters here, that the black reporters that I speak to, do not think they got enough time? Did you think they got enough time, or how did you view it? Did you think they'd get any time?
I mean, I much rather would have had them on the streets than to have them in jail, but shit. If they gotta go to jail, they gotta go. It don't matter. As soon as they get their ass in there, their ass is gonna go in protective custody. So it ain't like they're gonna be in jail. Them niggas gonna be at a Holiday Inn.
What'd you think when, I don't know, did you read about it when you were out here that the
Skinheads?
No, the Cineplex thing delayed the opening of Poetic Justice. What'd you think about that?
Yeah. Thought it was ironic since, you know, that's right around the corner from my house, and I've watched every violent picture that's come out over the last 2 years at that Cineplex.
At that very one?
Yeah, but couldn't watch my own movie there.
And why do you think they did that? What would you say?
Because they racist. And they didn't want to think. They didn't really want any black people walking up and down the city walk with all those old white people that be up there playing in the water. So I made it so that if Poetic Justice was there, they thought that was going to attract the hood crowd. And really was a movie for everybody. So by them delaying it, they got more problems than what they wanted, because then Def Jam came 3 days later, and all the homies came, you know what I'm saying? And they didn't even do what they set out to do, and they got all the flack. So to me, they played themselves.
Now, when you were just talking a few minutes ago that people have written only about certain stuff, including myself, that we've only written about certain songs, certain cases. What do you think about the media? Do you think reporters like me and other reporters have sensationalized the whole thing, or how do you view the media?
I view it as
I've
bad.
tried to interview you 10 times. You got to know that.
I know that.
Okay.
I feel bad, man, because, you know, I'm young.
Yeah.
And I'm out here struggling and striving just like all of y'all are doing. I know y'all got a job to do, but so do I. You know what I'm saying? And you can talk about another person. It's me that's out there. And I'm not public enemy. I don't got no S1Ws and no shit. It's just me. Just Tupac. I ain't you and new. I don't got no Black Panthers. It's just me. You know what I'm saying? Just me. Everything I say, I got to back up with my mouth and my 165-pound body. You feel me? And it's like, if you pit me up against the world, you thinking it's just, you know, you thinking it's just literal, but it's not. I'm really out there against the world. I really got cops who ride me, looking at me crazy and shit. You know what I'm saying? And strange phone calls and all that. People driving past my house. White boys rolling past my house screaming shit. You know what I'm saying? But I can't go to the police because the police hate me. So what do? I got to handle it myself. Me. You know what I'm saying? And I want to know how many artists got to go through that. It's like I live in a like a soldier cop world. You know what I'm saying? I'm getting treated like the straight. I'm drafted already. You know. And that hurts me because I feel like, what about all that time I spent on Brenda's Got a Baby and all the good things I did out of Brenda's Got a Baby? You know what I'm saying? All them schools I went to, I was going to schools for free before all these people was doing it. And the reason nobody knows because I ain't bring no camera. I wasn't trying to be Mr. Feed the Hungry. You know what I'm saying? I just was going to schools rapping for free. You know what I'm saying? Kicking it. So nobody say nothing about that.
Stuff or what?
In high schools and trouble schools, you know, like when they get kicked out of the schools.
So you go to the school and you rap for a free concert or what?
Yeah.
And then kind of talk to the kids?
And we just kick it and talk about how, you know, because I was a troubled teen, was in them schools. Nobody talked about how we went and performed up in Long Park Federal Penitentiary. Bob just went up in the pen and just performed for everybody for free. You know, nobody said that. They just talk about how the dude is in jail, talking about I did it. They don't talk about the millions of other prisoners that just be, you know? It ain't cool. It ain't cool. It's like they leaving a lot of the story.
Why don't you talk a little? That's what I was trying to get you to talk about in the beginning. The idea that you do rap about other things, like no one's heard you that I have not heard you, and
Right.
I've not read a story where you talk about these other issues that you've written about.
Right.
Talk about it a little bit. I mean,
Okay.
a good 1/3 of your records, you know, each of the 2 records that I've heard, I don't know if there are more than those 2, but you talk about other issues. You talk about kind of like that Father song.
Right.
Is a complex song. I mean, you don't take a side in the song. To me, it's like a short story. You give the kid's side who hates the father. You give the father's side at the end. You know, talk to the reader a little about it. That you're not just a guy who writes songs about cops. You write about other issues.
Right.
But
to me, I started out saying,
I can't say it, you know?
I started out saying that I was down for the young black male.
Mm-hmm.
You know, and that was going to be my thing. I just wanted to rap about things that affect the young black males. And when I said that, I didn't know that I was going to tie myself down to just take all the blunts and the hits for the young black male in society, be like the media's kicking post for young black males. I didn't know that. I just wanted to never run out of material. And I felt like since I live that life, I can do that. I can rap about that.
Right.
So, you know, part of that is I never had a daddy, so a lot of that fucks with my everyday lifestyle. You know, it affects how I perform an interview, or how I go on stage, or how I drink, or how I don't drink, or how I, you know, snap at somebody, whatever. It'll affect that, just like it would affect any other human being. But I'm a rapper, you know what I'm saying, and that's my job. If I was something else, I'd be a mailman, and I still had these problems, you know what I'm saying? But I could go somewhere, go home, and deal with it. But if I'm a rapper, I never get a chance to go home and just kick it. Everywhere I go, people in my face like, "What's up, man? Why you diss the police? Or why you diss Janet? Or what's up with the movie?" Everywhere I go, you know what I'm saying? That's the price of fame. I'm not saying it's bad. I accept it, but I accept both sides. If I got to accept both sides, let's talk about both sides. You know what I'm saying? And I don't want to sit here and flog all about what we did and what we did. Let's let that come out. I don't want to be the one to say it. You know what I'm saying? That's something that got to come out. That ain't me. I'm not going to talk about all the cool shit that we did, just like I ain't going to talk about all the bad shit I did, you know. But now I just want that fact out, that everything that the media say I got to be held accountable for. So they need to check about what they talk about, because, you know, I'm really being held accountable for that shit, and I'm 22. And I'm not fucking with all that aerobics and weightlifting. I'm just one 22 regular old nigga, you know what I'm saying? And it ain't too much, you know, a nigga can take. So the more they give me, you know, the more I gotta take. And I'm gonna take it till I die, but shit, can I have a couple more years on this motherfucker? I can't even enjoy my little newfound fame, you know. I'm taking so many shots. I'm in court so goddamn much. It's like deep, you know.
Don't you have this lawsuits coming up pretty soon here in the fall, right?
Great deal of lawsuits, yeah.
No, I mean the one that you filed
with Oakland Police Department. Yeah, that's still in effect.
I remember talking to your lawyer. I thought you told me it was going to happen like in October or something. Is that still happening?
Yeah. Taking the depositions and stuff for that case there. But it's so slow. It's like all the other cases. I never had a record. Never had a record. In all my years, I never had a record until last year.
Yeah.
You think that's not a mere coincidence? Now let's just get a psychologist to say, why would a criminal start being a criminal after he makes money?
I don't know why.
Because that's what the society wants to see me as. When I wanted to be seen as a professional black businessman, I got Dan Quayle all on TV talking about yanking my shit off the air, yanking my shit all off, yanking my whole album off the shelf before the trial even get the case. He just judged me before they ain't even judged the dude that shot the cop yet. He ain't even been judged, and they judged me. Way across town, you know what I'm saying?
What did you think about, like, because he picked on you?
That crushed me. It made me totally give up on America, because I'm a citizen of this country. You know what I'm saying? And I could have just jerked welfare, but I wasn't even on welfare past a certain age. As soon as I could get up on my feet, I was off welfare. You know, I did my part. You know what I'm saying? All the little taxes I got to spend, for all the little bullshit I got to go through, you know what I'm saying? Getting police smacking me around, I'm still paying taxes. America owe me. I don't owe her. You know what I'm saying? And for the president, the vice president to stand up there and just do that, he's supposed to be protecting me. You know what I'm saying? He's supposed to take my route. He's supposed to go up against the police for me. If he's the president, if he represent me, you know what I'm saying? I don't understand who does the young black male go to for assistance? Who can we run to when the laws get crooked and they're not being followed right? There's a revolution. You know what I'm saying? That's what happened in 1776. That's what's damn sure going to happen up in 1990-something if they don't get shit right. You know what I'm saying? And if they don't give me nobody to run to, I'm going to turn it to the motherfuckers the other young black males can run to. And they don't want that. Because the pictures I'm going to have in my head, the stories I'm going to have in my head, and the strategies that I'm going to be plotting in my head ain't going to have no happy faces on them. You know, and it's going to be worse. But, I mean, what I am is a product of my society. I can honestly say I didn't go into this illiterate. I could read. I went to high school. I was in the School of Performing Arts. I'm what they would have labeled as an achiever. You know what I'm saying? And they turned me out. This world has turned me out.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? I've never been caught for dope dealing or armed robbery and none of that shit. Clean record. You know what I'm saying? Only time I've ever had the cuffs on me was for yelling back at the police officers.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? Defending my rights. In any other country, with any other skin color, I would have been a great lawyer. I would be Tom Cruise in the firm. But in America, with black skin, Tupac, the cop killer dude. You know what I'm saying? And that ain't cool.
Well, tell me a little bit about the School of Performing Arts. You studied mainly acting there, or what did you study?
I studied acting, ballet. They gave me.
When did you start there?
Voice. When did I start?
Yeah, like how old were you?
I can't remember, man. I just blocked my whole past out.
Like 10 years old?
No, not 10. Like, high school.
High school?
Yeah.
Okay.
So when I was in ninth grade.
Like 13 or something like that?
Ninth grade. I was like 14 probably.
Okay. And so you went there how many years?
3 years, all the way up to my senior year. I had to leave because I was homeless. We had no lights in my house. I couldn't, do my final exam. Couldn't even study. Had to study outside and shit. And when the park got dark, I had to go back in my house and light candles and study by candlelight. And it was messing with my head, and it was messing with my mama head. She was having a miscarriage at the time. I'm watching my mama laying down, bleeding and shit, losing her baby. I'm studying for my fucking midterms for my senior year, figuring out what college I want to go to. You know what I'm saying? I'm thinking I can't leave, you know what I'm saying? And mama you just got to go to California. Just send me to California, straight out of some old time shit, Go West. You know what I'm saying? Go make a life. It's like a dream. And I just left and I went to California and I stayed with a friend of the family's from the Panther days, from my mother, who knew her, and the lady's husband happened to be in jail. My mother worked on this case, so it was a favor, and I stayed with her, but it was a lot of pressure on her, and I didn't know what it was like to be a young black male and give pressure in a household where they're not used to having one. I was going through my problems regardless. Puberty was coming regardless, and so we had a lot of problems, and I got kicked out of her house, and I had no mama house, no family house.
Oakland or what?
This is up in Marin City, California. I ended up staying with a DJ out there in Marin just because that's where I could stay at. And I stayed there, DJ there, and rapped there for them for a while, but I was the mascot. They never treated me like a human being.
Yeah.
I was always treated like the mascot because I didn't have any family. And I learned quick that in the West Coast, family is the power. On the East Coast, it might be your lineage, but on the West Coast, it's the actual amount of members of family you got. You know what I'm saying? That makes you strong. I guess it's like that in the South, too. So, I don't have no family, and, I get into problems. I leave, go to Santa Rosa, hook up with a rap person, hook up with Digital Underground as a roadie, carrying their luggage across country. I edge my way on stage. I make my first performance on the same song. Shock put me down. I'm rapping now. Next thing I know, we on tour doing the Humpty Dance, and I'm a dancer. And Money B got to do an audition downtown. Pocky got to go with him because I don't have my own limo. I got to ride with him, and whenever he drop off, then I can get dropped off. So I ended up having to tag along to an audition for Juice, and I didn't want to just sit there. I'm reading the script, and they let me read too. I got the part, and then did Juice and did an
How did you get to
interview.
be such a good actor, though? Was that your training at the School of Performing Arts? I mean, people really do praise your acting. I'm sure you must be proud of that.
I'm very proud of it, but I think it's because it's real, you know what I'm saying? It's that the camera just happened to catch real emotions, and it's just because I couldn't do a comedy probably, you know what I'm saying? They probably be booing me, but all that, if you want to see some pain, I got about, I got a Jason for you. I got about 10 pain flicks. So I could do pain all day.
Yeah.
I got a lot of that.
You have a Jason, is that what you said?
Yeah, I got the trilogy, Illogy, like Jason 12, Tupac in Pain 13, you know what I'm saying? I got some Color Purple shit. But it's just the hard life. I want to see what I can do. I want to make something positive out of it.
Now, I don't know much about acting. What do they call that? James Dean used to do that kind of acting. Where they?
Oh, like
what's the name of that acting?
It's something. Wait a minute.
Lee Strasberg School.
Method acting.
Method acting. Is that what that's called? Where you sit there and get into your own stuff?
Take the role. Yeah. Yeah, it's like, you know.
So when you take these roles, like you were really praised highly in the Poetic Justice too. Okay. And when you work on that, what do you do to prepare? Do people like assume that you know how to do stuff? I mean, is it a rigorous thing? You work hard.
They assume I do, but I'm proud. But I work hard at it.
Yeah. And I figured to prepare for that part, how many months did it take you to get going?
I had to move to LA. I ended up moving to LA because after I felt like nobody's an expert. But after I was there, by the time I finished the movie, I knew LA. You know, I knew the peoples. I knew who could you trust, who you couldn't trust. I knew where to go. I knew, you know, all the hangouts. I knew the spots. I knew the strip. You know, not like just like the places that they gave me to go to. Nobody had to tell me where to go. You know what I'm saying? I was going places John had not been yet. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? It was like I was meeting people that John did not know. You know what I'm saying? So it was like I knew it. You know what I'm saying? I was telling him that gangbangers was going to be on the set the next day. You know what I'm saying? Be careful. You know what I'm saying? Because they let me know.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? And
you went down there and you studied.
Not study, because I'm not a reporter. You know, even though I rap like a reporter, I'm not a reporter. So I never want to study. I study just for me to survive. I don't study to retell. You know what I'm saying? So I just pick it up and live by it. And I feel like that's how I pay them back, by not teaching it to nobody else, like how the Indians used to do. You know what I'm saying? They fucked up by teaching the white man so much, because all he gonna do throughout history is take what you teach him and beat you with it. You know what I'm saying? So, fuck that. You know, I take all that shit that the bangers teach me, and all the stuff that the alcoholics teach me, and the pimps, and the robbers, and the burglars, and the nerds, and the homosexuals, and the prostitutes, and use it for my survival. Because little do these people know, they accept living in the gutter lifestyle. You know, but when I get out here in the real world, I see that's how everybody is, and they think it's the high lifestyle, and it bugs me out. You know what I'm saying? Because I'm supposed to be running from this gutter lifestyle, coming up, so-called. You know, so-called coming up out the ghetto. You know, here I am coming up out of the ghetto, and like the people that's out of the ghetto is worse than the motherfuckers in the ghetto.
In what way? You mean the more cutthroat?
Cutthroat, just don't care. You know what I'm saying? Like.
You mean the entertainment world, or what do you mean?
Entertainment world, film world, everything. Media, people. You know, like straight people, like them hard copy motherfuckers and current affairs and all of that shit. Them motherfuckers is cold-blooded. They are cold-blooded. They don't care. No, they do not care. The Vice President of the United States included. You know what I'm saying? The FBI, whoever. You know, they do not care. They just do you however they want to do you. You know?
Is that what you're talking about when you talk about Point the Finger?
Huh?
In your song Point the Finger, is that what you're talking about?
I'm talking about, they point the finger at me, calling me the bad guy. In reality, just like Tony Montana and Scarface, they the bad guy. You know what I'm saying? They worse than me. But by pointing at me, it makes them look better to society. It's some J. Edgar Hoover shit, you know? Long as people think I'm the cop killer, they can't see these motherfuckers knocking off cops they goddamn self. You know what I'm saying? They sending ATF up in there in Waco. That's cop killer shit. You know what I'm saying? I ain't killed no cop. You know what I'm saying? What about that lady? You know, what's up?
Which lady you talking about?
Janet Reno. You know what I'm saying?
I got you saying right.
Or David Koresh. He killed 15 cops, but they believed him because the God was with him. Well, God is with me too. You know what I'm saying? And I haven't shot a motherfucker. I'm not wishing no harm to nobody. Only thing I promise I'm gonna do all day, every day, is defend myself. And that's the only thing I'm talking about. In them songs, I'm not supposed to talk about it, but in them songs that I write, I always talk about defense, self-defense. I would never, ever spout, go kill all the police. You know what I'm saying? Just kill every police that breathes. It ain't that. I never say this. Always to defend yourself. You know what I'm saying? Now, if I say kill crooked cops, that's not kill police. That's not kill cops. That's kill crooked cops. They're crooked. Just like a cop could say, let's go kill these crooks.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? But we can't call them crook killers.
Right.
I don't understand that. You know what I'm saying? That's all my music is about. It's about doing away with the crooked police. Since the system can't handle it, you know what I'm saying? A cop can't help a cop. System can't handle it. It's up to us. Because as soon as we start rapping about it, you know, things started happening.
Now, tell me, when I interviewed, I did a story, I don't know, when you were in L.A., you might even saw
I saw it
on Dr. Dre. I did a story before his album broke. I've interviewed him a few times, and I get along with Dre pretty good. And he told me, you know, he's had a lot of run-ins with the police for violence that he's created. And he said, you know, when we were talking, you know, we went down this list. I mean, he's been busted 4 or 5 times in the last year for various outbreaks, some of which he says people pinned on him.
Yeah.
But he said that, you know, he didn't go out looking for trouble, that it seemed to follow him around. You know, that since he got popular, that people are attracted to him, and he gets into these like ruckuses, these little fights, because people hassle him a lot.
That's all it is.
What do you think? I mean, do you think of that? Like, I know that, like, you've had in the last year or so, you've had just lots of incidents that happened.
That's why I was telling you just to print that, because I never had a record, never, until I started rapping.
Mm-hmm.
Never had a record. You know, there's motherfuckers out here that try to wear the record like a badge.
Right.
You know, Snow talking about, I just came out of jail.
Right.
I just stabbed somebody. So, now go fuck with Snow. Y'all ain't said, no media people said a goddamn thing about that white boy.
Right.
Talking about he came out of jail for stabbing somebody, now he making a living rapping.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? I ain't stabbed near motherfucker, and they got courtrooms on the tour bus damn near. You know? Just ready to give me a case. It's like I can go out, like I said, I'm 22. I'm not going to be a fucking homebody. I'm not going to turn into the Jacksons for everybody else to live happy. You know? I'm going to be out there. I got to be around people. That's why I grew up. That's why I make the music. I'm not cutting my arm off to spite somebody else. You know what I'm saying? I'm going to be out there kicking. I'm going to be out there hanging it. You know, living, going to clubs when I want to, staying out late, getting drunk if I want to. I'm over 21. I pay for the drink, you know what I'm saying? It's my money. I just did 2 movies. Can I celebrate, please? You know, and as soon as I do anything, I walk, it's about 30 people behind me. Can I tell them people to go home? What do I do? What do I do?
I don't know.
I'm not going to be a crooked cop and just beat niggas down just that follow me. Just beat them down because I fear them. I'm scared of them, so let me just beat them down. That's crooked police. That's not me. So I can have criminals around me, and I can't tell them to leave because they criminals. You got a record. Get away from me. You know what I'm saying? They kicking it with me. They relate. They got nobody else to go to. You know what I'm saying? So we kicking it. I could be around that element. And that element brings certain strife. You know what I'm saying? Certain friction. You know, if I'm in L.A. and I'm hanging in with one set, it could be red or blue. The other set might get mad. Or the police might get... The police to cause more disturbances than you know. And them fucking gung-ho security guards will cause more static than you know. People just be coming to chill, but they'll fucking greedy-ass promoters just see hungry black people and just will outsell the venue, and people want to see a show, just like anything. You go to Les Miserables one night and oversell the tickets, and you see what happened. You have an angry bunch of white folks out there screaming their head off, just like we be at the concerts when they oversell the tickets. Or when security is running around smacking your girlfriend up. You know, it's on. It's like that. We live by the same rules this country live by, but we get chastised different because we are supposed to be on a lower scale. You know what I'm saying? That's all we do.
Well, now, and talk about, if you want to. I mean, I don't know what you want to. Like, I've talked to your mom on the phone a few times, and I read about. I tried to get in touch with your godfather, but apparently his attorneys didn't want him to speak to me at all. Talk a little bit about the Black Panther thing. On the first album, you mentioned it, and it's kind of prevalent in the record. But tell people, I've written about it, but I don't know the story. I've never talked to you, and your mom didn't talk much about it. But tell me a little bit about the influence that might have on you. Do you think the Black Panthers were successful? Do you think that they were wiped out by the government, or how do you view the situation?
I think that they were successful because they bred me. You know, I believe myself to be the offspring of the Black Panthers. You know, because I see and I learned from what they had. You know, they got did in by the media, their love for cameras, and an extremely sinister government. And they just happen to be born in the same time as a motherfucker named J. Edgar Hoover, a homosexual with a big problem. You know what I'm saying? A big problem. So they just was his victims. You know what I'm saying? But what they don't know is that if they would have let the Panthers continue to do what they was going to do, it wouldn't have been near one of them riots. It wouldn't be half as much as this crime. You know what I'm saying? But they didn't. Instead of letting us when we wanted to. You know what I'm saying? Like how America could go cross country, save another motherfucker's culture, but they'll stay here and fuck our culture off all goddamn day long. You know what I'm saying? Everybody and their mama, you asked me to tell you what they did. The Panthers, what they plan was to do was for black people to do for themselves. And they felt like not hate white people, but just be more black. If we all just stop mixed racing, stop interracial marrying and all of that bullshit, just stay amongst our own families, we'll promote some kind of black love between man and woman. We'll have more kids. And we'll have more kids, we'll have a bigger population, you know what I'm saying? And if we own the businesses for our populations, then we'll have more money. If we have money, then we have power. If we have power, then we have land. If we have land, then we are people. You know what I'm saying? Then we, you know what I'm saying, got some kind of power in this country. But so they saw that COINTELPRO, the counterintelligence program set up by J. Edgar Hoover, saw that the Panthers were doing a damn good job because all over the country they got this buzz, similar to how Thug Life is.
Drug life?
Thug Life.
Thug Life.
Yeah. So now the Panthers got everybody talking about the Panthers and we want to be free and we want decent housing and talking good, not just bitch hole, you know, straight good. And they start infiltrating. Now, why would they do this to a young black organization? And why would you not think they would do it to me? They infiltrated them, meaning they got people to say that they were Panthers, they joined the Panthers, and they would start the ruckus. Like, say, let's go shoot up the Botanical Gardens or some shit. You know what I'm saying? And do it in the name of the Panthers, but it's a cop. You know what I'm saying? And everybody think it's the Panthers because he's dressed like a Panther. You know what I'm saying? And he's screaming the Panthers, but he's a cop. He's been sent by the FBI. They got papers to document this shit. You know what I'm saying? And straight up, where Fred Hampton is laying in his bed, they hire his bodyguard to give them a floor plan of this man's house. A floor plan of this man's house. This is what they did to Saddam Hussein. A floor plan of this motherfucker's house. The police is doing this. Had the police raid this shit in the middle of the night. Nobody asked shit, just shoot. This man died in his sleep. You know what I'm saying? And they knew where his bed was. You gonna tell me the police could not get that man? You think I can't read? You know what I'm saying? They asked me why I write this shit. You think I can't read? You think I don't know what went down?
So do you, in terms of you feel that you're a product of that, or
I'm a product of a society that will openly tell me that my life isn't worth anything. You think I don't know what went down?
So do you, in terms of you feel that you're a product of that, or
I'm a product of a society that will openly tell me that my life isn't worth anything. Only way I could be a positive member of society is for me to add on to a white society.
Well, what
anytime
about
I talk about making my own
artist, though? I mean, I would say that
they only want to talk about my contributions as an artist when it comes to me talking about being peaceful. You know, they don't want to talk. You notice they don't talk about me talking about, you know, keep your head up and keep struggling.
No, but people seem to think that you, in terms of your acting, that you're, you know, the anger that you can get in the screen and the different things that you can portray in the acting. People
because it's on the screen. The same shit they see on the screen, I do at my shows. I'm that person in real life, as you can hear, and it's scary when it's live. But when it's on the screen, you can get your ass up and go to the popcorn stand or go to the bathroom when you want to. It's different. They love that. That's white people for you. You know what I'm saying? Straight up package that shit up. You know what I'm saying? They gonna do what they want with me. They could plot when they want to see me again. I'm just, you know.
Do you think yourself as militant?
I think of myself as a revolutionary, as a soldier.
Mm-hmm.
I'm straight thugging. You know what I'm saying? I'm thugging against society, thugging against the system that made me.
Mm-hmm. And do you think, like, say, by taking these cops to court up in Oakland,
won't stop a thing?
What's that?
It won't stop nothing.
Won't stop nothing?
They're not even going to give me my money. I'm telling you, man, look, all these cases I've had have been after the police beat me up, and they've all come up before this one.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? I'm talking about a year after.
Mm-hmm.
And they've all come up. I'm damn near finished with all my other cases.
Mm-hmm.
And they was all a year after the police beat me down in broad daylight.
Mm-hmm.
I got scars, pictures, and every fucking thing.
Mm-hmm.
You know?
Mm-hmm. And what's your attorney seemed to think you got a pretty good case up there, though?
Yeah. Yeah, because, you know, yeah. But I don't believe in this system.
These various things, these arrests that you had out here the last couple of months out.
Yeah, I just had a gun case in L.A.
You got a gun case?
A gun case. Look, I'm driving.
And the limo assault or whatever that was.
Limo assault.
Right.
I just get a gun case for defending myself.
Right.
For a whole, I was a damn near carjack victim. A whole van full of motherfuckers passed my car and start hoorahing me. They admit to seeing that in the courtroom. He admit the security guard is there. Yeah, you did have a van of people coming by you.
Mm-hmm.
But I had a gun. I was defending myself. Just like the police got guns and bulletproof vests, I had a gun and a bulletproof vest, and I go to jail. I got to get the case now. I'm guilty.
Mm-hmm.
No self-defense. None of that liberty or death shit that Patrick Henry said don't apply to me.
Mm-hmm.
All that shit do not apply to me. Pursuit of happiness and all of that shit do not apply to me. Right to bear arms do not apply to me.
Mm-hmm.
I don't have no record or nothing. They stopped all my little gun shit, all of that. My right to defend myself, they broke all of that off.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? In Los Angeles, where body bags is accumulated daily, they said I could not be armed. And I'm reading and seeing in the papers as bodies dropping, people getting shot in the head, dragged out their cars. I'm driving a 300E 92 Benz with all types of little things. You know what I'm saying? And they and a high profile, no tinted windows, because they'll pull me over for that. You know, people follow me home, follow me to the studio, follow me to the range. You know, and more shit they put in the paper, the more they believe it. Now you got everybody on the streets talking about I'm a cop killer. You know, and everything else they can add on to me.
Do you think of it? Do you think of it as like Dre said that you're just kind of like the timing? You're unlucky, or how do you see this? What do you I mean, it's kind of phenomenon. He said like he doesn't go out looking for any of this trouble, and I mean, it sounds like you don't. You say you're trying basically to defend yourself, or you.
It ain't that. It's that.
How do you see the situation?
People don't realize. This is why I get upset when they say the trouble that starts. It's not the trouble that starts. The trouble has already started. You know what I'm saying? There's trouble out there on them streets. When they say why we open a movie and there's problems at the movie theater, that's because there's problems. Not the movie. The movie is just a gathering place. That just goes to show you got a hell of a gathering. You know what I'm saying? But the problems come because there's problems in our everyday world. You know, and they're not being dealt with. They're not even being addressed by our president, who's just been elected and talked about what he's going to be doing in the future. He didn't include us in none of that shit at all. At all. Like, we're not fucking here.
Soldier, remember?
Huh?
He's the same guy that went after Sister Soldier. Yeah,
so we stuck, we out, we ass motherfucking out in this country. So it's trouble, you know, and every time I go somewhere, you know, I'm attract trouble. You know, I'm attract, you know, thugs.
But
that's who loves me.
In terms of your art, like, I mean, in terms of your writing, I mean, you write about this stuff. Don't you think that you said earlier you express yourself, like, don't you think that that's somewhat of a way to resolve some of this? I mean, that you're giving this information back to the society, or no? You don't think that?
This what bothers me, except it's like with only way I can make you understand is like Vietnam.
Yeah.
I'm a Vietnam vet. You know, and if you could talk to me like that and see me like that in your head, we would get along better. And if you could portray me like that, and people saw me like that, they would get along better. If they could see every young black male to come out the hood like that, they'd get along better. Not every young black male. Just the ones that come up out of that upbringing, you know what I'm saying? And they can't, it's like white people so stupid that they'll, now when they want to start just giving black people shit, they go give it to the motherfuckers who had it all goddamn ready, you know, and think they did something. You know, we still ain't get shit. Through all that rioting and truce and all that, we didn't get a motherfucking thing. And they still trying to give niggas life for taking a little bit of shit motherfuckers was running out them stores with. And that kills me, man. That really do kill me, because if they got to pay motherfuckers back, I think they should pay back some of the shit they done did throughout history. You know, but we can't talk about that. It's conspiracies and all of that. So it's like, I don't be wanting to talk about my shit. That's why I got on this new kick. Next year when my next album come out, I'm going to only talk to reporters that have gave me good stories. Or, you know, I'm going to be on some bullshit. I'm going to be on some serious shit, like, because that's how it is. That's how it is. So I'm learning from my history. I'm like a history buff. I read books about Hoover and all the motherfuckers who made shit happen. And I read about Hoover, how he handled all his media problems. The motherfuckers was talking shit about him. He straight got with their ass. You know what I'm saying? Got the dirt on their ass. Took pictures of their ass fucking and all that type of shit. Or straight did bodily damage to him, and they stopped printing shit about Hoover. You know, and that's how I feel like I got to do myself. I got to defend myself. I don't have an army or a police force to defend me and my principles, so I have to defend myself. You know what I'm saying? And that's what Thug Life is about.
Now, one of your songs, you talk about that you're not a role model in Tupac's theme. What do you think of that whole idea that everybody keeps getting on rappers? They don't seem to get on rock guys as much, but they get on rappers about being role models.
Because they know. Role model means don't curse, don't talk about the pain, talk about we shall overcome. That's what they want. A real motherfucker is going to talk about the shit as it happens, how it happens, and how it hurts. You know what I'm saying? And how we cannot get hit no more. They don't want me out there talking about my eye hurt. I can't see good because they don't give us proper health programs in the ghetto. You know what I'm saying? I can't tell them I haven't been to a dentist in 10 years because they wasn't paying me. There's no way for a young black male to get his teeth fixed in this country. But they can spend money going to get Somalians flown from country to motherfucking country to fix shit. But they can't fix these motherfuckers who died on these soils for these white folks. They can't fix us up. You know, that kills me. That's why I'm on this thug shit. Because if I can't be a part of this country, I'm a damn sure tell everybody exactly what's wrong with it.
So when you're talking about pain in the songs, it seems to me like I listen to a lot of rap and I write a lot about rap, and your stuff has a lot more psychology in it than a lot of rappers. It's not just a bunch of bragging. It's not just a bunch of dissing. You know, it's more. You get into the psychology of the characters in each song. It seems to me. Am I wrong or what?
No, because I don't see them as. I see them as characters, but I try to make them real life characters. You know. But
you follow them through what the guy.
Right. If you say you're gonna kill somebody, it's way more effective if you can show how he's already dead. You know what I'm saying? That's why I killed him, because he already dead. If you show what's going on in my mind, you might understand why I pulled the trigger. And that's how the movies, I do that from watching the movies. The good movies, all the movies I like is the movies that get deeper to the character and show what type of person he is and show his emotional range, you know, what would break him and what would make him. And once you know that about the character and you show what would break him and you show who broke him and what broke him, you understand why he's going crazy. And that's what I want people to do, understand me. That's what it's saying, Pac, you got to understand me. It's not what you think. That's why I got so angry, because the media, they smarter. They been around longer than me. You know, they see more people than me. They supposed to be, you know, more. They supposed to help me, you know, instead of break me. You know what I'm saying? You know, show me things that can help me. Show me interviews of people you interviewed that was like me and made it. You know what I'm saying? Because I'm damn sure struggling every day.
When you talk about, you mentioned that the movies that you like and the characters in those movies. What movies do you like a lot?
My all-time favorite movie, the movie that made me want to be an actor, made me want to be a rapper, is the basis for all of my songs in terms of what makes people hurt. Coolie High.
What is it?
Coolie High. It's the number one movie for me. Coolie High did it because it showed friendship. It showed how the outside can affect the people, and the people could be great. It was like my first connection between Shakespeare and some contemporary type shit, you know? It showed how they were friends, and one was a basketball star about to be into college, and all he had to do was make it out the ghetto, because the ghetto was like war zone, you know, life and death. But if you somewhere else, it ain't that deep. You know what I'm saying?
When you saw it, how old were you when you saw it?
I was young, and I'd see it every time it come on, no matter what I'm doing, where I'm at. I was real young, and I was crying.
Tell me
when the last
what you were
song came on, I just was bawling, crying. I couldn't stop crying. Even though the movie was off, I was just crying. I was like, how can the movie do that to you?
Yeah.
How can the movie just have you wrenched, cry? How did they know that I got a homie who I feel for? You know what I'm saying? And it's not that they know, but they put the things that they feel. And when you give a bit of yourself, you take something from everybody that sees it. Because they don't want you to tell it, but you told us, so now they feel it too. You know?
So you're revealing something about them?
Right. Like in Poetic Justice, I didn't make myself cry. You know what I'm saying? I was crying. That's why I was hot with John Singleton, because he was making me take it over and over. And I can't do it like that. You know what I'm saying? It's either you're going to have one with me crying or one with me not, because after I'm crying, I'm going to do that cry for like 30 seconds and be back to mean mugging. You know what I'm saying? But I see it as another release, you know what I'm saying? And in Poetic Justice, that was real. It was all real. I was dealing with real things in my real life. And even though the crowd can't see it, the emotion be there. They can read it. They can feel it themselves. And that's what I learned from Cooley High.
And Cooley High, who is the actor that you really watched and liked a lot?
Glenn Turman and Lawrence, whatever dude's name was. The basketball player dude. Them two, man, was sharp.
And it just brought you to tears.
Brought me to tears,
and when you said it also made you want to be a rapper.
Made me want to be a rapper.
What you saw, the power
of the story. You know what I'm saying? Of telling your pain. Because I already thought it was like, we are fucked. We don't got none but pain. None but pain. We got pain all through our history. Then I said, damn, our pain has been selling for years. You know what I'm saying? Our pain be selling to white folks, but we've never used our pain to heal ourselves. You know what I'm saying? Like, we never used our pain in terms of, like, well, I survived it, and this is why I survived it. Because we all talked about it, you know what I'm saying? Because I got to this point. And if you get to this point, that won't be there anymore. Everybody, I noticed some of my homies don't know that there's a life outside of out the hood. I didn't even know it until Shock brought me on tour, and I went to Japan and saw that they don't play by the same rules we play by. You know what I'm saying? And I was just tripping, man, off how the media can make a whole race. They was like out there like rubbing my skin, trying to make the black come off. From TV, you know what I'm saying? That's just from how white people put us on TV. They don't put themselves like that, you know what I'm saying? Kills me.
Now, tell me something else like this is interesting about the Cooley High thing. I think that's very interesting. What other kind of stuff do you do? What kind of books do you read, or what kind of information do you do that would surprise people, that people would never think? Hey,
they would never think. This is the number one thing. I got this. I listen to Les Miserables damn near every night. You know, the CDs, there's 2 CDs, I listen to them every night. When I did Poetic Justice, so I listen to. And also another one, my all-time favorite tape, Gospel at Colonus. It's a tape. I listen to that for my characters.
Did you see the performance?
Yeah, I saw it on PBS. I'm trying to get a copy of it. It's my all-time, like, bring me to neutral. That's what brings me to neutral. If I listen to Les Miserables, I'll be at neutral and I work on my character from there. Or I'll watch Cooley High.
What do you mean it brings you to neutral?
It brings me to... takes me from all the pain that I got. It brings me just to being a human being to really enjoy life.
What is it about those two albums that do that?
Keep Your Head Up. Keep Your Head Up on the first album, on the second album, and Brenda's Got a Baby on the first album. Those are the 2 songs, and Part-Time Mother on the first album. Those are the 2 songs that I made that didn't even know. I didn't know what I was doing, but I can point to the place I got those songs from in my heart. You know, Brenda's Got a Baby. We was having girls come forth to school talking about they daddy was abusing them and shit like that. And I was like, man, that's what God want me to do. I'll be a preacher. You know what I'm saying? If they didn't ruin me, I would have been a preacher. You know what I'm saying? But it's like,
well, that doesn't mean you're not now.
Yeah, that's what I mean. It's like, but we don't get that respect.
What I kept trying to ask in the beginning. Now, what do you think you're doing with the rap? I mean, you are reaching people on these other issues. And whether you like it or not, you know, the stuff that you write, the violent stuff, it reaches people. I mean, it reaches look at the pulse that you hit with those songs. You know, you're expressing something and people are listening to it. I mean. Talk a little bit about that idea, like the preacher idea. I mean, when you write the songs, what are you trying to do?
It's like I told I just told somebody this today, and this is how I feel, and I'm gonna start. I really feel this. This might be my album. I feel like I caught the Holy Ghost, but I didn't catch the Holy Ghost that they teach you in church. You know, my Holy Ghost don't mind if I smoke weed or drink, you know what I'm saying? But my Holy Ghost don't want me to sit on my ass. He want me to go out there, and I don't know exactly what it is, but he just want me to just get people together and just let black people see a positive, not like positive like they say, but to me positive just a nigga that's making money that ain't dead. He still got fire in him. You know, I feel like that's the number one thing that they do to us. We don't be dead, but we be spirit dead. We don't even dream. So many of my niggas don't even dream no more. You know what I'm saying? They don't even got no dreams like to be nothing. And that kill me. I'll be like, that's what I want to give people, to dream again. You know, and I feel like if I conquer things and if I quiet things, if I just go places that nobody went, if I say things that nobody said and do things that nobody ever did, I'm going to spark that dream in everybody and all my peoples, you know. And I feel like that Holy Ghost are getting to them too. And even though my Holy Ghost made me go this way, another person's Holy Ghost might make them cure cancer. Another person's Holy Ghost might make them be a doctor. You know what I'm saying? Just from hearing what I said. You know what I'm saying? Just from saying, oh, City Road, keep your head up. You know, I'm going to do this. Or he did crooked ass nigga, I'm going to do this. You know, as long as it move them. You know what I'm saying? And that's what I want to do. I see the country needs to handle all the other business. You know what I'm saying? All I got to do is be an artist and express myself. You know what I'm saying? That's my job. And if it's crooked cops, I gotta talk about them. And you know what I'm saying? If it's broken families, I gotta talk about them. If it's drug abuse, I gotta talk about them. You know what I'm saying? If the young black male today is spending most of his time high off that chronic shit, I gotta talk about it. You know what I'm saying? Because or else I wouldn't be true to what I said I was gonna do. You know what I'm saying? I'm gonna represent the good and the bad about the young black male and try to get us to unite. That's all.
Do you find it hard?
We can do something.
Do you find it hard to write songs? They take you a long time?
They are now because they're being, before they were easy, but now they're so censored. You know, some damn near sometimes I don't even want to write. I want to know who's it for, who's going to censor it.
And I know your record company, they've had some problems there where they've changed the tenor of the lyrics, right? But I mean, in terms of the craft of it, I mean, I think you're a good lyric writer, and I wonder, is this stuff you just whip out, or does it take you time to reconstruct it a lot?
Oh no, I write everything in the studio the day of the song.
You write it the day of the song?
Yeah,
Do you have anything to do with putting the music together too?
I know who it is. I'll pick the people. We'll be on the same vibe. We always both be high.
And do you? I mean, I notice a lot of your stuff is a little bit slower and funkier than a lot of the stuff that's out there.
Because I feel like
it's a lot slower.
I feel like I'm from New York, and in some of my songs you can still hear that New York give me that fast-paced shit. But the reason New Yorkers do that is because that's how it is out here. The fast cars and the beeping horns, beep, 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 saying, hey, motherfucker, rah, rah. That's why the music is like that. Rah, 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 Onyx, slam, slam. Right. That's why the city is like that. Yeah. But in California, it's not like that. It's laid back. Doom, 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 doom. You know what I'm saying? It's cool. It's relaxing. You know, you can be high all day in California and not miss a motherfucking thing. You know what I'm saying? Because the sun just like that. You can drive down the street and do 6'4s. But when you hear somebody in New York saying they rolling down the street in a 6'4, that's artificial. You know what I'm saying? Because you can't do that in New York. You can't cruise the strip. You know, I learned all that in California, and that's what it rub off in the music. So when I talk about my good day in California, or having fun in California, or having fun, or just relaxing, the beat got to be calm. You got to hear me. You got to feel me. That's a California slang too. You got to feel me instead of hearing me. You got to feel me.
Now, what do you got coming up? Are you working on a new album now?
Yeah, I'm going to do a new album. I told you about this Holy Ghost shit. I don't got it. Yeah, I don't know. I think something like ghetto gospel or some shit, but just like talk about how it's like, it's really like the religion shit. But right now we're doing this MTV shit, working with this Thug Life, getting this group together.
Any new movies?
Yeah, I'm going to play, it's getting the finishing touches on doing Monster Cody, what's it called? A-Tray, Gangsta Crip, Making of a Crip, this movie.
Making of a Crip?
Yeah. I'm working on doing that. Hopefully it'll all be put together.
And so you're It's not signed yet. You're just about done with it, though.
Yeah, they're working it together.
Anything else that you're working on for the future, and besides music and acting?
Sean has a little secret spot for me on the next movie that I can't talk about.
Who does?
John Singer.
Okay. And do you got anything else besides acting and music that you're working on, or?
I'm working on trying to do a play.
You're writing it, or you're going to star in it, or what?
It's already written. It's a play called Zooman and the Sign. I want to, star in it and take it to some kind of like regional spot, like Virginia or something, and just, stay there, just so they can see good theater. I want to give something back to the craft.
Did you write it?
Nah, I think somebody Fuller wrote it. I think the same dude that did Soldier Story.
Okay. And anything else that you are you going to get into directing or anything like that, or writing?
Not yet.
Do you write any stories or anything? Do you do like?
Yeah, I'm trying to work on a little screenplay now.
And do you write fiction, like short stories or anything like that, or?
No.
Yeah.
I used to write poetry a lot.
And
but they turned into rhymes.
In terms of anything else that, like you mentioned, that you like besides La Miserable and what was the other part? Gospel Colonnas. What other kind of stuff do you do?
Peter Gabriel, Don't Give Up, got me through a gang of shit. Sting, until he denied me using his sample, I used to love Sting. Fragile used to get me through hella shit, you know what I'm saying?
Any kind of like, what's your favorite TV show? You watch TV?
Oh, yeah, I watch TV. I like that show, Roseanne, because they represent, I like how she do, I like her. She's a strong woman to me. And I like that show, Home Improvement. I like that dude. He's real funny to me. I like to watch a lot of comedy, make myself laugh.
Any kind of books that you read?
Yeah, I just read J. Edgar Hoover. I just read Monster Cody's book. Now I'm reading scripts, so I can't really get into any books.
Anything else like surprising that you like? Dre told me he likes to barbecue. He's really good cooking. Anything?
Oh, I'm a great cook. I can cook anything.
Yeah. Anything else you like to do that nobody would think? God, what Tupac? I can't believe he does that. Anything else?
No, that's it. Really, cooking.
Sports?
No, I can't. They might be surprised I can't play any sports. Only thing I could do is box. None. They'd be surprised to hear that. I was in my room writing.
You were in your room writing, so you weren't too good at it. All right, great. Anything else I should ask you, man?
No, that's good. I appreciate you taking the time.
Appreciate you talking to me. If I got to get a hold of you, who do I call?
Call Watani Taimba.
Okay.
All right.
Thanks a lot.
All right.